And we are set for action into the center circle. We are set for the play, and it is Liz Scott at 6'2", with the height advantage winning the tip. Oklahoma will get it up quicker than almost anybody in the country, and they waste no time.
Well, they love to get up and down the floor. They have a lot of freedom within their offense, and they do not take much time off that shot clock, as you mentioned.
And that was Maddie Williams knocking down her 15th three of the year, and she is the Big 12 Player of the Week. Here's an answer attempt from Emily Ryan, and the rebound is run down by Taylor Robertson. Oklahoma averages 80 possessions per ball game on offense. That is third best in the country. And everybody can shoot it.
And it's a fun brand of basketball, not only for fans to get out and support this Sooners team, but for the players. You can play a lot of players because you have to.
Kane on the high post, wheels in, fakes, fires, and unable to score. And the rebound, Joens trying to run it down. It rushes out of bounds, and it's the last touch by the Cyclones.
That was January 8th when these teams met the first time.
Van, somebody to keep your eye on. She averages 11 points, 7.5 rebounds off the bench, is the only player who hasn't started a game with numbers that high.
Oklahoma has started the entire starting five. Same lineup, all 19 games.
Naimir Du has come quickly into the Cyclone lineup.
Stephanie Suarez, the 6'6" center for Iowa State, went down with that ACL tear in the first quarter down in Norman on January 8th. And really for the rest of that game, Iowa State was trying to figure things out. She was a go-to player for them on both the offensive and defensive ends of the floor. And Iowa State's credit, they really hung in there. There were 10 lead changes late in that contest. They were not able to get away with the win, but they've been reworking things since that game.
Maddie Williams on the last basket, a season-low 6 against the Cyclones in the game you talked about, and she's already got 5. Here's Joens trying to drive and drawing a foul against Maddie Williams, and Williams has picked up her second early foul. Aubrey Joens comes into the lineup for Oklahoma. There is a familiar name.
It is a familiar name. Her sister Ashley happens to be shooting free throws right now. Then all of a sudden her younger sister was standing to her right.
And the Cyclones remain scoreless 3 minutes into the game. Oklahoma averages 85.8 per game. That is third best in the country. The jump shot won't go by Anna Dianusa. And here comes Ryan into the offensive end for Iowa State. Cyclones still looking to get on the board. And they do now with Denae Fritz knocking down the three, her 22nd this season.
Has left Ames with a good taste in their mouth.
Goes back to 2017. And, of course, there's Coach Denny Baranchek, well familiar with this building, as another three by Nevaeh Tot. She has now knocked down a pair of them, and it's an 11-3 lead for Oklahoma. Donarski with her first shot of the afternoon. Nothing but net.
Really nice use of the mid-range game there for Lexi. Often think about her as a three-point shooter, somebody who likes to penetrate and go all the way to the rim, but she is very good at that mid-range. Very athletic. She can pull up on a dime.
So Oklahoma comes up the court, down early by 6 after trailing a moment ago by 8. Here's Ryan all the way to the basket, and she draws a foul. Bill Fenley likes to do. The other 4 players go back into the defensive end.
That's what you call confidence in your free throw shooter.
One more for Emily Ryan, who comes in averaging 11.4. As we mentioned, she leads the Big 12 in assists and also in free throw shooting. Ball goes inside to Liz Scott. She drives against the double team and misses, and Joens is there for the rebound for Iowa State. Joens, who averages 9.7 rebounds a game. She leads the conference in scoring and rebounding. Here's Ryan pumping from the lane, and the shot rolls in. 4 points early for Ryan, and after trailing a moment ago, 8-0, the Cyclones are on a run, and it's ended right there. Liz Scott with the bucket. At the other end, Donarski 2 in a row. Donarski got 20 points and played 38 minutes the last time these two teams squared off. And the three goes home by Oklahoma.
And if it seems like Oklahoma is extra excited about one bucket, that is because Taylor Robertson just broke the NCAA Division I women's basketball record for three-pointers in a career.
That is the 498th three of her career, breaking the record held by Ohio State's Kelsey Mitchell, who went on to a terrific WNBA career.
It was at 497 in 139 games. Taylor has done it in 137 games. So congratulations. She is fun to watch. She is very smart at moving without the basketball, able to free herself up for good looks, and she has got that quick release that we just saw as she broke that record.
Play resumes. Ashley Joens at the free throw line. Missed her first two free throws. But she now has the all-time record for 3 points made. Feet on the post. The turnaround hangs on the rim and it drops for Skylar Van. Ryan looks to the middle. Nadir Du tries to make a move, gets to the brass, but can't score. And the bounce on the rebound comes off to Maddie Williams.
And Nadir Du had that height advantage.
Third team foul called against, correct that, the first team foul called against the Cyclones. Ball tipped away. It's picked up by Stott, drives the baseline and scores. She has a quick 8 points on a couple of threes in that layup. Shot clock down to 12 on this second possession for the Cyclones. Here's Ryan taking it to the basket. She spins, fires, tries to get Kennedy Taylor up into the air and can't do it. And the rebound is grabbed by Oklahoma.
A really nice use of the pivot foot there by Emily Ryan. Just cannot get the shot to go.
Williams misses on the three. Tucker with an offensive rebound and another three by the Sooners. And they are raining threes early in the quarter. Iowa State down early by 8 points and then rallied back to within 2. Now they are down by 10. Fritz with a three ball. Denae Fritz with her second three in the ball game.
Playing with some greater confidence lately.
And a quick answer by Robertson.
Man, it is like the two of us can't even get much description of the action, and because the scoring is happening just so quickly, especially for Oklahoma. They do not take much time off that shot clock.
Could slow down a little here because the shot clock is off, and I think the Cyclones will play for the last shot.
Yep, I'm with you, Larry.
So what did you want to add here while you got a minute?
Yeah, take a breath maybe?
Absolutely. Ryan being guarded by Kennedy Tucker. Shot clock is at 6. I should say the quarter clock is at 6. Ryan mishandles it, and then she gets fouled, and not meaning to do so, Kennedy Tucker, and that was an ill-advised foul.
From about 35 feet from the basket.
Ryan, 91% from the free throw line. One more for the junior from Claflin, Kansas, and she knocks them both down. And that's the way the first quarter will come to an end. It was an exciting quarter, full of action, and the Sooners led it all the way. They lead at the break. But what a job they did regrouping. Down by 11 after 3, came back, actually took the lead in the fourth quarter. Kennedy Tucker takes the inbounds feed. Robertson is 3 for 3, has missed her first time today, and Fritz is there for the rebound.
Oklahoma coming off a 20-point loss to Texas midweek, and Jenny said, chatting with her a little bit, team ready to go, and even have a hangover, and she's like, we'll see. And clearly this team was ready to go.
And that was a 4-point game at the half. Once again, a change for Oklahoma, and Maddie Williams, who is, again, the Big 12 Player of the Week, checks out. And to take her place, the outstanding player from the bench, Skylar Van, and it is another 3 for Taylor Robertson. Now, I think offensive rebounds are going to be big today. Oklahoma has 5 second-chance points. The Cyclones have none, as Ashley Joens scores her first basket of the afternoon.
And this is a pace that Oklahoma very comfortable playing. We'll see for Iowa State. How comfortable are they as this game progresses?
Tucker on the miss and Ryan on the rebound. Ryan averages 5 rebounds a game. You think of her for her assists, but she is third on the team in rebounding.
18 fouls for Oklahoma in this game. Iowa State with 3.
Du looks to the left wing where Joens is open for 3. Bullseye. Joens with 7 points early.
Another sister will play for Iowa State next year. Kelsey will be part of a recruiting class that'll come in for Bill Finley in
And
the
this
fall.
year, interestingly enough, Kelsey is playing for her sister. Donarski driving and getting blocked from behind by Joens. But Joens also committing the foul, and that'll be her first. When you think of Cyclones, and you think of Emily Ryan with the assist, but Donarski has the best assist turnover ratio in the conference at 60 assists, just 26 turnovers. Raina Scott, number 2, into the lineup for the first time. She finds Van inside. Van can't finish. Battle for the rebound. And it is out of bounds. Then it's off Oklahoma.
Iowa State with Stephanie Suarez out of the lineup. I wouldn't say it's rebounding by committee because they certainly have Ashley Joens who continues to lead the way, but they need other players to step up, and that's one of the things that they've been working through in the month of January. Who's going to score those points? Who's going to come in and play those additional minutes? Who's going to rebound?
Morgan Kane with a big post move for the Cyclones, but then the Sooners win. Denae Fritz really has come along, hasn't she?
I was just going to mention that last possession. I was enjoying watching Ashley Joens and Aubrey Joens defending each other down here to our right.
Williams with the lead feed for Yanusa. Red hot shooting by a team that hits 45% on the season and 35% of the threes, but way above that today. Joens knocks it down. And she now has 10 points, and that's a milestone number for her, which we'll talk about in a moment. Inside, open look for Culletson, and she scores and gets fouled.
Neimer does have those long arms. That certainly can help. But Colton, a strong player. She's buried that deep. Pretty easy for her to just turn and shoot over the top.
Inside, trying to score deep is Joens, and she draws a foul. Joens at the other end, now with her 12th point, and she will go to the line.
Really nice use of that shot fake, and then a pivot foot. Good footwork down there on the inside. Part of what makes Ashley Joens so good is she has several weapons.
Yes, she does. Culleton got the foul, and Joens completes the three-point play to give her 13 points. Her average 19.5, that is tops in the Big 12. She also averages a second best in the league, 9.7 rebounds.
Well, she's crafty on the inside, and because of her footwork and just her basketball IQ, she is able to score over bigger defenders in the post, but then she can pull you out and shoot it from the perimeter.
And the Sooners, who hit 6 of their first 10 threes, have now missed their last 5 threes. Here's Joens once again taking it right to the rack and scoring again. And she has scored the last 6 or 7 points for Iowa State.
And Ashley Joens just takes it right at her sister Aubrey. That last possession, those two have defended each other a little bit, but big sister gets the best of that last possession.
Todd on the miss, Fritz on the rebound. The Cyclones back to within 1. This is the closest they have been. But Joens gives them their first lead. Ashley Joens on fire now. She's got 17 points, and Jenny Baranczak has seen enough of the Ashley Joens show.
I think a lot of coaches have seen a lot and seen enough.
As the Cyclones have outscored them 20-10 here in the second quarter.
We'll see how Oklahoma responds in a hostile environment. Great crowd here in Hilton Coliseum.
Yanusa on a nice give and go to score on a good feed from Skylar Van. Joens puts it to the floor against Van. 2 seconds on the shot clock and a takeaway by Skylar Van. And unable to handle the pass is Kirsten Johnson.
That's why the officials get paid to do the job, not me.
Joens takes the inbound feed on a steal, drives length of the floor, and gets fouled. And a foul by Skylar Van. And Van fouled her pretty hard. You know, coaches talk about the advantage of sending the 4 players who aren't shooting to the defensive end.
Well, and for an Oklahoma team that is going to take the basketball out of the bottom of the hoop, and they are going to go.
Hot, controlling the basketball, finding Yanusa. Todd, an outstanding point guard. Boy, at 5'3", she's accomplished so much in her Oklahoma career. Skylar Van on the miss, but Yanusa with the offensive rebound. Second chance points are going to be significant today. Ryan gets inside of Johnson but can't score, and Oklahoma comes up the court with the game tied at 40. Takeaway. Denae Fritz. Finish. Denae Fritz. Crowd is on their feet. What a first half performance they've seen by number 14 Oklahoma and number 18 Iowa State. 7 seconds difference between that first half clock and the shot clock, and the shot put down by Kirsten Johnson. Sooners with 5 seconds have to hurry. Donarski, bounce pass. Fritz long on the shot. Joens with the offensive rebound. No, it was after the horn. Sooners' only losses this year to Baylor, at Utah, and at Texas. And again, the Texas loss was 20 points on Wednesday night in a game that saw the Sooners struggle and only score 6 points in the third quarter. Oklahoma with the ball first. They go inside to Maddie Williams. She misfires, but it's an Oklahoma rebound and a shot that won't go by Yanusa. So far, points in the paint, one of the big stories. 22 for Oklahoma, 12 for Iowa State. But when Joens is shooting as well as she is from the outside, it's Nevaeh Tot bringing it into the offensive end with 12 seconds to shoot it. Williams moves her way down the lane and gets fouled.
She started this basketball game with a three-point make on the opening possession.
All-America last year and first team All-Big 12, and she knocks down both free throws. Triple-double because she rebounds well. Her assists and scoring you know about. Not quite got there, but she's been close a lot of times.
She's been on triple-double watch many, many times.
Including this last game against Oklahoma, when she had 9 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Both teams a little cold to begin the second half.
Well, Iowa State a little bit lower at 41, but they were at 47% in the second quarter. That's why they were able to make that nice comeback. They just shot the basketball better.
Sooners try to tack on a lead to their 2, and they do on a 3-point shot by Nevaeh Tot, and that is her third 3 in the ballgame.
Nevaeh Tot really known more for her assisting of the basketball, averages 4 per game, but she has been very good scoring-wise this afternoon for the Sooners.
Donarski on the miss, having a little bit of an off-shooting day for her. Robertson uses a screen from Scott to score, knocks down a 3. And again, every time she scores one now, it establishes a new standard for career threes. Joens left her defender behind. She faked one way, Yanusa went the other, and Joens got an easy 2 for her 22nd point. Sooners, the offensive rebound put up by Van. It won't go. Ryan and Van battle for the rebound. It's Van coming up with it. She's a tough rebounder. She moves around, and there's a walking call against her.
Well, Van with that first offensive rebound.
Here's Joens against Williams, 2 of the best players in the Big 12 squaring off against each other. Denae Fritz down the lane to score with the left hand.
Yeah, great finish there with the left hand.
Robertson, who before the game, her practice is to take 230 to make 233s when the team arrives at the arena. So I guess it's no surprise that she would become the all-time 3-point scorer.
She is very smooth. Sooners 0 of their last 6 from the field.
Just the second basket for Ryan, who's had a 2 out of 7 scoring night. And so after Oklahoma scores the first 8, the Cyclones come back after the break, and they score 8 in a row. The Dad's Restaurant, and that's where all 5 sisters worked in high school and before, and that's a lot of where they learned their work ethic, I understand.
And I have not been there to try the pork tenderloin. That is definitely something on my list at some point when I'm in eastern Iowa.
Well, it's going to be a place that everybody wants to visit. Yanusa on the miss, but the rebound comes out. And driving on a nice play is Aubrey Joens. So we feature Aubrey Joens, and she enters the scoring book for the first time and makes it a 4-point Oklahoma lead.
Aubrey Joens really known more for her 3-point shooting prowess, and she has that quick release, made a bunch of triples for Iowa State in her first couple of years.
Donarski's had a rough shooting game, just 3 out of 8 now, but she makes that one. Williams on the miss. And the loose rebound is scooped up by Naimir Dew. Cyclones could tie it with a 2, lead it with a 3 with just under 4 to play in the third quarter. They'll go for the lead. They got it.
What a game of runs, Larry. My goodness, Iowa State.
Blocked by Fritz. Big defensive play for Iowa State by Denae Fritz. Both coaches go for sides with their substitution. 6'3" Kane in for Iowa State. 6'3" Culleton in for Oklahoma. Open look, Donarski. Offensive rebound, Kane. And a foul is going to be called on Skylar Van, slapping her on the arm.
And knocking that basketball loose. It just drops right into the hands of Morgan Kane. She's kind of Johnny on the spot there.
Kane starting her fourth ball game in a row. The Cyclones 3-0, coming off a season-high 13 against TCU. Knocks down both free throws. She has 4 points in this one. She was 5 of 6 against TCU the other night.
Well, Morgan Kane's role has really changed since these two teams last met in early January.
Culleton draws a foul. And Culleton, from the Kansas City suburb of Overland Park, Kansas, went to St. Thomas Aquinas. Tries to bring her team back to within one. Unable to do so, and the offensive rebound is loose on the court. Good job for the Cyclones by Joens to come up with it. Donarski, step back three. No. Offensive rebound, Fritz. Yes.
Denae Fritz, 12 points today.
Again, coming off that 14-point season high and right on the precipice of doing that again.
Also has 6 rebounds.
Culleton moves inside. The ball is blocked by Kane. And then a whistle blows, and they rule it out of bounds off of Oklahoma. Sooners, 14th in the country. Iowa State ranked 18th in the country. Iowa State winners of 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. Oklahoma had won 5 in a row till the disappointing loss to Texas on Wednesday. Lob inside. Denae Fritz makes a nice catch in traffic.
After that injury of Stephanie Suarez, Coach talked about how their good players have to play great. Denae Fritz has had some nice games.
And in essence, a first-year freshman, played only 3 games last year. Tot putting the ball to the floor against Ryan. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Tot, jump shot from the free throw line, won't go. Kane grabs the rebound. Cyclones, since the timeout when they gave up the first 8 points, have been on fire. Here's Joens inside, trying to make a move on Tucker. Loses it, but picks it up, gets it to Kane, and Kane scores.
Culleton just loses track of Morgan Kane, who dove right to the basket. And what a heads-up play there by Ashley Joens. She demands so much defensive attention. It's very easy to take your eyes off your own offensive player.
Iowa State with their biggest lead. Van on the miss, and Kane on the rebound. Poked away from her. It'll be Iowa State basketball. And this Oklahoma team, 3rd in the country in assists. But when they're not moving the ball well, they don't score nearly as well. I guess that's an obvious fact, but it really has been a factor. There's a foul off the ball. Donarski, 30 out of 33 from the free throw line. And we're happy to say the announcer jinx did not work into play there as Bill Fenley watches from the bench.
I'm not a believer in the announcers.
I'm not either.
Jinx,
Exactly, of course not. But, people talk.
They do.
People talk.
People do talk.
They do. Final minute, third quarter. Oklahoma finds themselves with their biggest deficit, but they go to Robertson for 3, and as long as she's on the court, the Sooners are never out of a game.
My goodness. I mean, she has hit some ridiculous shots today. 5 of 7 from beyond the arc.
The clear out for Joens, and suddenly she's left open. Her defender falls off of her, and Joens takes full advantage of it. Robertson sneaks the pass in. Running right-hander won't go by Skylar Van. And the shot clock violation will give Iowa State the basketball as the third quarter comes to an end. 3 quarters have been played. Sooners ball to begin the fourth quarter. And again, they score in bunches, so they are never out of a ball game. Iowa State playing good defense. They call the first play for Maddie Williams. She goes inside, and Maddie Williams.
Quite a few more times than Oklahoma. Of course, they were not able to get that win, but Iowa State 23 of 26 from the charity stripes. Iowa State 17 of 19 at the free throw line. Oklahoma 4 of 8. Cyclones really, really doing well at that charity stripe.
Cyclones set up a double stack. Shot won't go by Ryan. Robertson with a skip pass to Tot, and Tot drills a 3, and that is her 4th 3 of the ball game.
Point guard who really wants to distribute the basketball, but she has been a big contributor scoring-wise. 14 points, 4 of 8 from downtown.
A 37% three-point shooter on the season. Here's Kane in traffic trying to get around Culleton.
She has been through a lot in her career at Iowa State.
And now learning to come back in as a starter. Fourth game in a row that she has started. Cyclones have won the first 3 of those.
Well, you credit her maturity and the character of a Morgan Kane, who was a starter a year ago, like you mentioned, and then you recruit an All-American type of player in Stephanie Suarez, and then Stephanie Suarez gets hurt, and Morgan Kane, as you said, really thrust back into that starting lineup.
Izzy Zingaro, number 15, back onto the floor for Iowa State. She sets the screen. Shot clock is at 10. Joens in the lane, fakes past Williams. Williams fouls her.
18 of 21 from that free throw line, 86%. Really taking advantage of that.
But she does there. 4-point Cyclone lead. Oklahoma with the basketball, 6:45 left in regulation and a miscue. Ryan being guarded closely by Yunusa. On top, it comes to Donarski. She gets a screen from Joens, and now Joens steps back, fires, leaves it short off the iron. Zingaro runs down the rebound, gets it to Joens, who scores. Ashley Joens, 30 points this afternoon. Scott hands it off. Robertson trying to clear some space, but Donarski right on her. Inside it comes to Scott, and Scott will get to the free throw line. Scott at the line.
And Scott does start for this Oklahoma team. Pretty quiet day for her. 3 points. We talked earlier about what a great sixth player she is for Coach Baranchek.
Scott got into that early foul problem. The lob comes from Morgan Kane. Pitches it out to Joens, who moves it quickly to Fritz. Fritz tries to go inside, gets it for Kane. High off the glass and down. Morgan Kane having one of the better ball games she's had this season. Yunusa slips to the floor, but she gets back up. Robertson fires a long 3 and hits it. And there was very little space between the player setting the screen and Robertson, and the Cyclone fighting her way through and committing a foul in the process with Kane.
For Iowa State, they have 4 players, Joens, Donarski, Ryan, and Fritz, who have played over 32 minutes in this game. Emily Ryan and Lexi Donarski played 35 minutes, just those 2. No one for Oklahoma has played.
Meanwhile, Robertson completes a 4-point play, fouled in the act of shooting the 3. Cyclones get the ball into Joens, and they foul her.
They are very well conditioned, but Oklahoma has been forcing a quick pace of play. We'll see as things progress here these last 4 minutes.
She cans both free throws. Taylor Robertson, on the day that she broke the career 3-point record, also has a season high of 23 points. Previous best 21 against Arlington. Cyclones quickly with the rebound, allowing Oklahoma just the 1 shot. Ryan works inside. Her defender slips away, and Ryan takes advantage of it. At the other end, the shot in and out and back in by Anna Yunusa.
Quick turnaround and back on the offensive end. She catches just in step, goes up strong, lots of confidence, gets that basket to go.
Donarski on the feed from Joens, scores, and it'll be an and 1. Lexi Donarski. She gets her 3rd foul, and Donarski knocks down the free throw. Scott with the shot that rims out, and a foul called on the rebound scrap.
Sooners will shoot their 13th and 14th free throws.
30 of 32 coming in.
Such a pure shooter.
Cyclones trying to win their 4th in a row, go to 15-4 on the year. Sooners trying to go to 17-3 on the year.
And Iowa State wants that mismatch again with Lexi Donarski and Nevaeh Tot.
Through the hands of Kane it goes, and Kane gets fouled, and she will go right back to the free throw line. And also 8 rebounds, so looking at a possible double-double for her. 10 so far today.
A couple block shots as well for Morgan.
Naimir Dew about to come back for Iowa State.
Morgan Kane on the offensive end.
Williams trying to get around Joens, feeds to Van. Van has it hang on the rim. Ryan runs down the rebound. Emily Ryan now with 7 rebounds to go along with her 8 points and 8 assists. Always threatening that triple-double, isn't she?
The Cyclones making big shots when they need them. 4 of their last 5 from the field in this 4th quarter.
Aubrey Joens on the foul, and is 12th in the country in assists, averaging almost 7. She has 8 today. Big free throws.
Advantageous position here, but as we know, Oklahoma can score points in a hurry.
Blocked by Ryan. Picked up, though, by Williams. Williams tries to go inside against Owens and scores. Iowa State now wanting to use a little time. Donarski being guarded by Aubrey Joens. Blows around her, puts it up in the middle of the lane. And an offensive foul. Bill Fennelly has 3 if he wants to use them. And the Cyclones have the possession arrow. Feed comes inside to Van, and she scores. Donarski on the dribble, lets the shot clock go down to 10. Now the Cyclones will put the offense in motion. Joens, step back 3 on the way and out. The rebound is snared by Anna Yanusa. Yanusa at the other end tries to score, and she'll be called for an offensive foul. Cyclones a minute away from posting a win over Oklahoma. The 14th ranked Sooners and the 18th ranked Cyclones doing battle. And there's a foul whistle. And 10th best, as you say, in the country.
Iowa State will try to score their 28th point at the free throw line today.
And it's an 8-point lead for Iowa State in the final minute. So the Sooners have to hurry. They get it inside to Maddie Williams. She scores. Now against full court pressure. They've been so successful at the stripe.
Lexi Donarski shoots 91%. Ashley Joens shoots 84%.
Yeah, 12th in the country is Iowa State. 78% is the team.
Sure helps you protect the lead late in games when you have free throw shooters like that.
That it does. Yanusa with the miss. The rebound by Dew. In the backcourt, trying to bring it up is Donarski. Here's Ryan into the offensive end with 23 seconds on the shot clock. And the Cyclones, fans on their feet at Hilton Coliseum, as under Bill Fennelly, the Cyclones have won 82% of their games here at Hilton Coliseum. And he's about to score his 749th victory. Joens with the miss. The rebound taken by Janusa. She gets it out to Robertson. Robertson with time running down will put up one last shot. It does not go down. And the Iowa State Cyclones preserve the home court with an 86-78 victory over Oklahoma in a high-scoring, well-played basketball.